Well, hello, everybody. Welcome again. Welcome back to Backstage Bimbo TV. My name is Allison Rouse, your most notorious groupie and author of We've Got Tonight, Life and Times of a Notorious Groupie. Me. Available in hard copy, soft copy, and ebook. But you know how I always like it. Hard. Speaking of hard, it's going to be another cocktail and rocktail. And this one is not in the book, you guys. It's not. We're going to go back to my Vegas years to one of those accidental evenings at the Hard Rock Hotel. We're going to talk about the night that I accidentally slept with AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys. Truly an accident. And for that cocktail, we're going to have a little Backstreet. So everybody, grab your Backstreet Boy, kick up your heels, and let's have a little cocktails and rocktails, shall we? Cheers, big ears. Oh, I like that. That's a very different flavor. I like the brandy and stuff in it. Okay. Anyway, so back to my Vegas years. I can't even remember. This is probably 97, earlier in 97. About the same year as the VH1 golf tournament I just vlogged about. Don't know if I've posted it yet, but anyway. So my cousin Amy, my bestie, and our friend Robin, who was in from California, she was a dancer, had that really nice kind of 50s gorgeous, large breast, pinup look. Absolutely gorgeous girl. Cousin Amy's gorgeous too. She's got that Jennifer Aniston girl next door look. So here we come, a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead into the Hard Rock. One for everybody, right? And as we're walking in, we had grabbed our champagne as usual, had a glass, kind of making the rounds, and we were all walking by the check-in counter at the Hard Rock by the front door where valet is and stuff. And I see this guy, he's kind of in this black suit jacket, black t-shirt, some nice jeans and stuff. Good looking guy. And I just look at him, and he looks at me. We do that. And it sounds so stupid. It's just the way it always, because I'm not one, if I see a good looking guy, I'm going to look at him. I'm going to make it known, hey, without saying hey. So, and he started looking at me, and we passed each other, just kind of looked over my shoulder again, kept walking, when all of a sudden from behind me, I feel someone grab me gently on my arm and be like, hey. And I turn around, and this guy, and he's got the dark hair, he's got the, really trimmed out kind of beard and mustache, couple of tattoos and stuff. Good looking guy, well dressed, just like I like my men. So he's like, what's your name? He's like, God, he's like, you're gorgeous. He's like, I love what you're wearing, which I was wearing this skirt. This is one of my favorite skirts that I still wear to this day. This little pencil skirt. I was kind of into that 50s bombshell look. I had this kind of velvet black top on and stuff. So, and these cute little pin-up heels and whatever. So anyway, and he's like, wow, you look great. So we didn't dress slutty. We dressed fashionable. We dressed trendy or whatever, what was ever going on at the time. Because guys, ladies, strippers, women in Vegas who are tourists, dress like they think strippers will on a night out. Strippers are wearing, on a night out, are actually wearing high fashion because we could afford it. So don't dress like strippers on your night out. Dress cool. Anyway, so he grabs me, he talks to me, we introduce ourselves. I'm like, well, we're just getting here, we're going to head to the bar, grab another glass of champagne. I said, why don't you come find me later? Because I like to have my space. I don't need to be crowded every second with every guy. And I can't even remember what we were talking about, but he was like, and he told me his name was AJ. So I didn't think anything of it because I don't know the Backstreet Boys. They were not my thing. I was too old for boy bands by this time. And oddly enough, Danny had dated someone that was working with the Backstreet Boys. And yeah, with the conversation we had later. But anyway, so we're talking. I said, why don't you come find me later? So, Robin and Cousin Amy and I all go back to the center bar. We're wandering around. I see him, so I kind of wander off to him. We start talking. I ask him what he does, and he says my dad is in diamonds and whatever. I work with my dad. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Doesn't have to be a rock star because, like I said, he's a really good looking guy, really nice guy, super smooth, great conversation. We're having a really good time. So the night progresses. We have a couple more glasses of champagne. Cousin Amy and Robin come over and talk to us. They're kind of off doing their own things. And, I'm like, hey guys, I'm like, I will meet up with you guys later. Gave Cousin Amy my car keys. And AJ and I jump into a cab and go back to his hotel, which I want to say was the Mandalay Bay, maybe, or the hotel. It wasn't the Hard Rock, that's for sure. So we go back there and we're just hanging out some more, having conversation. He asked me if I have any weed. I'm like, of course, I always carry joints with me back then. And still talking, no clue who this guy is, right? So we're still talking and we start making out, start doing the thing, start having sex. And it was great. He's a great kisser. He knew how to, grab a woman just in that right spot in the small part of her back. And we go at it. We just go at it for a couple of hours. And after we're done, cuddle for a while. Sometimes I just want to go home to my own bed. But, I'll cuddle for a while. We'll hang out an hour or so, just so I don't make the guy feel used and abused. Chewed up and spit out. So, we're cuddling. We're talking for an hour. He's like, oh, I really want to get your phone number. Let's go out. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I give him my phone number. Because, we're having fun. He wants to go out to dinner the next night. I'm cool. I'll go out. I don't care. I did because we had fun and I wanted to enjoy the weekend and enjoy it with him. So I get up, start to go, put my clothes on and get ready to go home. He's like, what are you doing? Well, I'm going home. What do you mean going home? Because in my mind, we're asking for phone numbers, so that's kind of letting me off the chain to go home. When you ask for the phone number, okay, I can kind of let myself out the door now. Because I just wanted to go home. Go sleep in my own bed. And so he's like, what? He's like, you're just going to have sex with me and leave? Yeah, pretty much. That's what I do quite a lot. And he was like, well, that makes me think you're a hooker. No. We all know how I feel about that word. Oh yeah, I got mad. I was like, did you just call me what? I'm like, no, just because I'm a woman who can fuck like a man doesn't make me a hooker. I said, if I were you, I would back the fuck off in about 2 seconds. And I said, just for that, I'm going to stay here all night. And I'm going to fuck you all night. And I'm just going to prove you wrong. And if I ever asked you for any money, oh my God. And he calmed me down. He was like, no, I didn't mean it like that. He's like, I like my women to stay because it's just a sign of, that I want you to understand that I respect you and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. We got that figured out. We got that calmed down. Stayed all night and fucked him. He really likes that reverse cowgirl. And AJ's fun. He's a lot of fun in bed. Like I said, I was just hell-bent on staying there all night and fucking him because just to piss him off. Show him I'm not a hooker. And this is before John died. This is years. Like 5 years or something like that. Boys, learn what your words not to use with a woman. That's kind of diplomacy, is knowing what not to say. Never call a woman a hooker because she wants to get up and go home after she has sex with you. How many guys do that? So anyway, the next morning, I'm like, okay, I really do have to go home now. I've got a shower. I've got stuff to do. I had a photo shoot to do. I said, I'll meet you later on. Meet him back at his hotel later on. We go out to dinner to Wolfgang Puck's over at Caesar's Palace, which his restaurant is out in the middle of the Caesar's shopping. Like, it's open. There's no walls or anything. Like, the restaurant's back here, the kitchen and stuff, and then it comes out, and there's just, rails and kind of a roof thing over it. But otherwise, it's open, so anybody walking by can see this. And keep in mind, I still think he's just a diamond dealer. Like he works for his dad, which is cool by me because he still makes his own money. I made a lot of money back then, so I wouldn't date anybody who made less money than me. So a good looking guy, awesome in bed, fun, can go all night long. Woohoo! I'll keep seeing you. And this is who I think he is, some diamond dealer. Well, we go out to Wolfgang Puck's and we are sitting there having dinner and having great conversation and enjoying each other and enjoying the conversation and just about to get our meals. You could see the waiter coming over when I see these girls out of the corner of my eye because we're kind of sitting next to the rail. We're about one table away. So we're in full view of anybody walking by in Caesar's Palace to the malls, a hotel or anything, to the shops. So I kind of notice these girls keep on walking by, but I'm just thinking, they're looking for a certain shop or something. When all of a sudden, and they're teenage girls, when all of a sudden they come over and they just start doing that boy band girl giggle stuff, and oh my god, they're like, are you AJ? You're AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys. What are they saying? AJ. What they're saying true? What? Did I just fuck a Backstreet Boy? I'm thinking in my head, oh my god, I did. Am I going to do it again tonight? Probably. Because he was good. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, really? I said, do you really think I just fell off the tour bus yesterday? And he stops, and, after he gives the girls the autograph, they do a little picture. He's really cool with them. He was so sweet to his fans. He's like, and they're like, oh my god. They're like, yeah, is this your girlfriend? I'm like, fuck no. A lot of rock stars get asked that when they have their favorite groupies out on the road or they're in their favorite groupie city or something and they're having dinner because, it's not just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There's dinners, there's drinks, there's all kinds of things. So, yes, this is my girlfriend of the moment is kind of the answer. So they get the pictures, they do the thing, leave us alone. I'm like, so why didn't you tell me? Well, I didn't want you to like me. I said, I didn't know who the fuck you were. I said, I don't pay attention to the Backstreet Boys. I said, and even worse, I said, you didn't think I would find out? I said, my friend Danny, who is dating one of your guys, and he knew who it was, and it was just in New York City. And he's like, I know her. He's like, yeah, I know who she is. I remember. I said, that's one of my best friends. I said, darling, I've been around the music scene since I was 15. You don't have to lie to me because I'm not going to be after you for that. I said, I'm after you for the sex. Because I was, let's face it. I wasn't looking for a relationship. I'm like, and that would have been perfect because you don't live here. And that was one of the great things about living in Vegas. The guys I was sleeping with, none of them lived there. So I could send them on their way and next. So we kind of had that little talk. Ended at dinner. Met up with Cousin Amy and Robin again and went back to the Hard Rock, had a few more drinks, went back to his hotel. Yeah, cowgirl. All night long. Because like I said, he was fun. He was a blast. And he still had my number and stuff. So we spent like the next few days hanging out. And it was fun. And when he left town, I went on my merry way. Probably back to Steve Jones. Because I was spending a lot of time fucking Steve Jones those years. Yep, so there you guys go. I have to admit it. I fucked a Backstreet Boy. I don't know if he would have told me he was a Backstreet Boy straight up, yeah, I probably would have fucked him anyway. Because he's hot. AJ's hot. He's dirty hot. He had the tattoos. He was the bad boy of the Backstreet Boys. So, okay, yeah, I can get into that. I don't have to listen to your music or watch your shows. I can just wait for you back at the hotel, okay? Okay, because, no. Backstreet's not going to be back tonight. So there you guys go. Another of my little cocktails and rocktails that's not in the book. So, going to show you that my second book, which I am currently working on, but really kind of taking it slow on that because I am trying to get the purchase rights to my book sold for a series or movie. Which, you guys, make sure you share this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, do everything I can to boost my numbers, because that's what they're looking for as well. When I'm trying to sell that stuff, they want to see a lot of people are interested. And a lot of people are, and thank you guys so much, everybody, whether you're subscribed or not. Truly, I appreciate everybody coming on here, liking, communicating with me on the comments. Thank you guys so much for all your support and being awesome. Let's take it to the next level. Let's see this shit up on the big screen, or the small screen, or your tablet, or your phone. Let's meet the other girls and hear their stories. Because you want to hear the whole story? Because my book is not even half of my story. That first book is only half of the story. Not very much of my personal side of the rock and roll, because that's for me to keep at the moment. There's a lot more rock stars that I don't talk about that didn't make the first book, like AJ from the Backstreet Boys that we just talked about. So, all right, guys. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, for hitting that like button, hitting subscribe, and spreading me around. I appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see you next week for a little more Cocktails and Rocktails. Cheers, big ears.